Hand over heart for affirmation. I am not society script. I am my own definition. I am not of this system, but a flame from God, source the divine. I don't stress about what I can't physically fix. I let go of that attachment and I monitor the use of my own energy. If you do not use your energy, somebody else is going to come and try to use your energy. Use your own energy, use your own mind, use critical thinking. I was turning over this morning and the power went out and came back on at 2:41 a.m. So I stayed up a minute to talk to God and then I went back to sleep. I think I stayed up about an extra 10, 20 minutes and then went back to sleep. I was talking to myself this morning about how thankful I am to me. I was thanking me. You remember how Snoop Dogg did that award show and he said, I want to thank me for working hard. I want to thank me for being disciplined. Man, I was thanking me this morning. I said, girl, I just want to thank you for all this mess we done been through. If people see what we've been through, we don't look what we've been through. I've been parenting myself the way I wish I would have been taken care of as a child. No hate or disdain towards my parents at all. None. They did what they knew. They were just children themselves when I came into this world. It's all good. I just decided that speaking life into myself was key and that telling myself how I can do it. I can do it, whatever that is. That's taking a minute to reprogram myself daily, no matter how many times I got to say it. Okay, some days are easier than others, which is true. But for the most part, I'm on top of things. In the days I'm not, I begin to ask myself some questions. What did we just walk into? And whose energy? And I send cleansing and purifying energy to them as they carry their own energy. Because see, when stuff happens, I'm like, wait a minute. That might not be your energy. Because you've been around some people. You went to the store. You went to the grocery store. There's a lot of people around. Go ahead and send that energy back to the people. Cleanse and purify. You are not carrying nobody else's energy. We ain't got time for that. They need to fit. Ain't nobody projecting on me because you can't see it. Just because you can't see it don't mean I can't have it. Now go somewhere and sit down and have several seats because I'm finna keep going. Okay. It's not my job to take care of someone else's eggshells so they can be comfortable. That's not how this world works. Your trauma, your irritation, your frustration is not mine. And I'm not finna walk on eggshells to make you feel good about it. Okay. The whole community doesn't need to play a part so you don't feel like you're the inferior person that's in your head. That's between you and God. You and God need to go talk and go in the backfield and talk or get you some therapy. That is not my job to play a role so you feel good about yourself. Enjoy your life. Okay. That's your job to work through your own struggles, your problems, and your troubles, not mine. See, society has taken the mental health of a particular group, and most adults were never taught how to manage their own emotions. So you will see, you about to see some. I'm just letting you know now. You about to see some crazy stuff in a minute. Matter of fact, it's already started. They don't know how to handle their emotions. Only thing they know how to do, the Cabbage Patch Kids, only thing they know how to do is go straight into anger and go straight into hurting somebody. Because they never been taught how to handle those emotions. Okay, we have the simple stuff that they tell us at work through HR. But that's usually still carrying somebody else's stuff as you carry yours because they're inferior. So they try to make you feel inferior. Remember this, whatever somebody is saying to you about you, that's them. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Remember that. Okay? If somebody say you weak, it's because they weak. If somebody say they lazy, it's because they lazy. If somebody say you ugly, it's because they ugly. Even if they pretty on the outside, they is nasty on the inside. Okay? Not judging nobody, just saying. So I asked myself, how do you feel? I said, I feel good about myself. Then I said, from now on, act that way. And if you walk alone, for a minute, that's okay too. Sometimes to find out what you like, you run into what you don't like first. Okay. This allows you to say, okay, I don't like this because fill in the blank. Then that allows you to maintain a mindset of what you do like. So quit focusing. Once you find out what you don't like, don't focus on that no more. Because if you keep focused on that, that's what you're going to keep getting. So now focus on what you do like. So once you find out what you don't like, write down what you do like. And put that on the list of your favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bees sings. That's not on my list, but I just like that song. For the sound of music. By calling that to you daily or having a mindset of it as you do daily chores and work. You don't have to put it in to be like that if you must. Okay. Basically, you ain't gotta beat yourself up. You can be good to yourself. I'll be good, good, good. Come on, Shaka Khan. I didn't know that was coming. What will happen when you get tired of that and come as all of you? How about you start coming as all of you? And if people can't handle it, they're not your people. Just some thoughts. What do you say to yourself when you're all alone? Think about it. How can you flip that to allow those words to begin to hit on a positive note? Ask yourself these questions. What will you do next time when you're forced to carry someone else's weight? You ain't got to get in their face. No, you ain't got to do. You ain't got to do all that. But you could just quietly, indiscriminately, just take yourself to the restroom and just be discreet and say, that energy is not mine. I send the energy back to whoever it belongs to, and I cleanse it and purify it as it goes back, or I send it back. I send it back to them in love. That is not my energy. That is not how I came to this job. That is not how I came to this business. That is not how I came to this grocery store. That is not how I came out and about today. I'm not going to carry that. Remember when you stop carrying it, they will use a strong arm to force you to get back under control. Are we seeing that right now? You do what's best for you always, but also don't give away your honor to anyone. Message. This is your life. Live it that way. Today I read Acts 19 and 20. How something so small in the wrong mouth can cause a riot. Just saying. Or a coup for nothing. Read it for yourself. And those same people, if not winning, will bring a coup, even if it's by the very government meant to protect us. Paul said goodbye, knowing he was going to prison. He knew it. God had already told him. And still went into the way of the obstacle. I want you to think about that. Paul knew what was going to happen to him, but he still went into the obstacle because God said, this is the way. God will take you into a fire, but he will protect you while you're in the fire. He will do you like the three Hebrew boys. He'll be the fourth man in the fire every time. He'll do you like Daniel and the lion den. He'll be with you. He will shut the mouths of the lion. You will be in the midst of the fire saying, fire, fire on your back. And then all of a sudden you will have peace in the midst of the fire and you don't know how you have peace. And people will ask you how you have peace and it's just like, it's God. He went in the way of the obstacle, told them to stay in the word of God, even as doing that daily life, not to get caught up in just money. Same message, don't get caught up in just money. The Quran today that I read was 2:45, giving godly loans through intuition. They were saying by doing godly things, even if it is just giving a word of knowledge, a word of wisdom, helping out people, just helping out, but using your intuition with that as well. Okay. Just simple things and symptoms today. Man, me and God were having so many conversations. Just realize in order to grow, we must